Hey, what's up guys? Gonna be doing another comic book collection video for you today, and this time around I'm gonna be talking about my Superman collection. I have quite a bit here, so this is probably gonna be a long video. This is mostly late 80s, early 90s Superman comics, and a lot of comics from like the John Byrne era of Superman and Dan Jurgens and many others. So that's what I'm gonna show off for today, and I'm going to show you the very first issue of Superman, which this was a relaunch of Superman. This is like the volume 2 starting over of Superman with Superman issue number 1, John Byrne. Pretty cool issue. Then we got Superman issue number 2. You got Lex Luthor on the cover. Then you got issue number 3 with Darkseid on the cover holding Superman. Then we got number 4 and number 5, which I have another copy of that issue because I got this in a lot sale, so there's a couple of duplicates here. Then we got issue number 6. And issue number 7, issue number 8, which is a classic cover with John Byrne artwork. Pretty cool. Then we have here issue number 10, which I have another copy of issue number 10. Then we have issue number 11. Got Lois Lane on the cover. And then we got issue number 12. Issue number 13. Issue number 14 with Green Lantern on the cover. And this is issue number 19, I believe. Yeah. Skipped a little bit there. And then we have issue number 20, which I don't know what this is, a cyborg Superman. And then we got issue number 32. Then we got issue number 33, 36, 38, then we have here, this is issue number 41. And this is issue number 50, which is pretty cool cover. Superman breaking through a brick wall, which is pretty nostalgic actually, because I remember my dad used to have a statue of Superman breaking through a brick wall, and it looked just like this cover. It was pretty cool. And then we got Superman issue 110 with Plastic Man. And this is with Dan Jurgens. And then we got Adventures of Superman. This is issue, let's see, what issue is this? 441. Then we have The Adventures of Superman issue 442. Then we have issue 447. Then we got issue 450. Then we got issue 451. 452. Then we got Superman issue number 30. Kind of have these mixed up together. Then we have issue number 453 of the Adventures of Superman. And then we have the Adventures of Superman 454. And now we have the Adventures of Superman issue 462. And this is the very first Superman comic I ever got as a kid. Yeah, so this is Adventures of Superman 463. This is the one where Superman races Flash. Now, he's done it before in the past, Superman, having a race with Flash. But this was my introduction to both of them racing and Dan Jurgens' artwork. And yeah, so this is a pretty special issue to me because this is my very first Superman comic, as you can tell, because it's pretty banged up here, but it is what it is. When I was a kid, I didn't really take care of my comics very well, but I still have the issue. So this is Adventures of Superman 464. We got Lobo on the cover. He's fighting Superman. And then we got The Adventures of Superman issue 466. Adventures of Superman 468. And then Adventures of Superman 469. 470. This is 475. Batman, Flash, and Wonder Woman and Superman all together in this cover. We got 476, which is the Time and Time Again story arc. This one's issue 400. No, this is issue 663. This is Superman in Action Comics, which is part of that Time and Time Again storyline. And I only have 1 and 2 of that storyline. Oh, the complete storyline. And this is Superman Action Comics 462. This is when Lois found out that Clark Kent was Superman. So this is one of those major events at the time. At long last, the secret is revealed. So then we got some Superman annual with some giant gorilla Titan or whatever his name is. And then we got Action Comics 600, which is a 80-page giant issue. Got different storylines in here. Got Superman and Wonder Woman hooking up. So, then we got The Adventures of Superman, another annual for 1991. This is annual number 3. It's part of the Armageddon storyline from 2001. And this is an interesting one. This is Superman 4, The Quest for Peace movie adaptation. Yeah. And it's a little bit different than the movie. There's actually stuff that's in here that was not in the movie, scenes that were cut out. that never saw the light of day. I mean, even with the deleted scenes they've shown of Superman 4 to the public, you still haven't seen some of the scenes that you see in here. Like, I mean, I've seen like photos of deleted scenes, but not the actual footage. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting, comic movie adaptation based on the movie Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't mind the movie. I know people don't like it, but I don't mind it. I don't think it deserves all the hate that it gets, Superman 4 ain't that bad. It's not Batman and Robin bad. Let's see. The Adventures of Superman, issue 497. This is part of the Doomsday storyline, The Death of Superman. So I don't have too many single issues of that. I mostly have them in trade paperbacks. This is The Death of Superman with blood on the symbol. A pretty popular thing back in the day. This is another copy of The Death of Superman, Superman issue 75. This was a big deal back in the day. And now we have Superman issue 76. This is part of the Funeral for a Friend storyline. This is after Superman died. Part of the World Without a Superman story arc. Got Batman throwing Superman's cape. You got all the DC characters: Green Lantern, Flash, Wonder Woman, Robin. You got a few other people. Shazam's right there. Guy Gardner. Yeah. You got Nightwing right there. So, and then we have Superman, the Man of Steel, issue 21. Still the Funeral for a Friend storyline. And Superman issue 77. Another copy of issue number 77. Then Adventures of Superman 500. Which this was kind of the start of the reign of Superman, with all the 4 Superman that took over Superman's place when he died. And this is part of the Reign of Superman storyline, which is what I mainly collected back then. I didn't really get a chance to collect all of the Death of Superman comic books individually, or the Funeral for a Friend comics individually. I was only able to collect the Reign of Superman comics individually. This is Superman Action Comic 687. Another copy of 687. Another copy of 687. They had all these kind of gimmicks back in the day from 90s comics. They had different covers. So there's a lot of that. Then we got Superman, the Man of Steel, issue number 22, with Steel on the cover. And then we got another issue of Superman, the Man of Steel, number 22. And then we have Superman issue 78 with Cyborg Superman and Doomsday on the cover. And then we have the Adventures of Superman 501 with Superboy on the cover. Superman in Action Comics 688. Superman, the Man of Steel, issue 23. Superboy and Steel on the cover. Then we got Superman issue 79, which has a Cyborg Superman on the cover. The Adventures of Superman 502 with Supergirl and Superboy together. Just a really cool cover. We got Superman Action Comics 689. Then we got Superman Man of Steel issue 24. That's Superman issue number 8 was Cyborg Superman fighting with the Eradicator. So, pretty cool. And now we have The Adventures of Superman issue 503 with Cyborg and Superboy fighting. Then we have Superman Action Comics issue 690. Then we have Superman the Man of Steel issue 25 with the real Superman coming back. And we have Superman issue 81. Superman in a black suit coming back to kick some ass. And we got The Adventures of Superman issue 504, where the black suit Superman, the real Superman, teams up with Superboy and Steel to fight against Cyborg Superman, which is the villain in this series. We got Superman in Action Comics 691. This was a pretty cool story arc. I love the Death of Superman, Funeral for Friend, and Reign of Superman storylines. I thought this was a great thing back in the day. Let's see, Superman the Man of Steel issue 26. And then we have Superman issue 82, which is a pretty cool cover. Superman back for good. Now, black suit Superman, he's got his traditional Superman costume on, fighting against Cyborg Superman. And this is another copy of Superman issue 82. And this is The Adventures of Superman 505. Superman with a mullet. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the mullet. I thought it was alright, though. It was different. Yeah. Then we got Superman Action Comics 692, where Clark Kent returns. Then we got Superman the Man of Steel 27. Then we got Superman issue 83, Adventures of Superman 506. Then we got Superman Action Comics 693. So, yeah, pretty cool. Alright, now we have Superman Doomsday. This is a 3-parter. This is the volume 1 of that storyline, which was pretty cool. There was a rematch between Superman and Doomsday. There's been several rematches between Superman and Doomsday. It's ridiculous. I have quite a bit of them, actually. But this was the first rematch they did. So this is volume 1. Volume 2, it's called Hunter Prey, by the way. Or Book 1, Book 2, Book 3 of Hunter Prey. And here's another one, Superman the Doomsday Wars. So it's another way to get people that liked Doomsday, to buy more comics, basically. But I like Doomsday. He's a cool character, cool villain. Got another Doomsday comic here. This is Year 1 Doomsday. This is a 1995 annual number 1. So, cool. And then we got a Superman the Man of Steel which I believe this is a reprint of one of the Death of Superman comics. I don't know which one it is. I think this is the same thing. This came with like a toy or something. Superman and Man of Steel #1. I think it came with a toy or something. Then we got Superman and Aliens. Superman fighting aliens. Yeah. This was a thing. There's 3 books here altogether. That's book 1, book 2, and book 3. This is Justice League Gallery. This is the whatever the hell that was. Electric Superman or where the fuck that was. That was so stupid looking. That costume was atrocious. That's probably one of the worst things that came out of DC, in my opinion, was that controversial Superman suit. Why they did that, I have no idea. Then we have the Adventures of Superman 508. And this is Superman 84, which has the Toy Man kills Cat Grant's son, which is a pretty emotional issue. And then we have the Secrets of Superman's Costumes, the Superman Man of Tomorrow. I don't know what the hell this is. I think it was one of those things I got in a grab bag or something like that. Someone was handing out that stuff at a comic book shop I got for free. So this is Superman the Man of Steel issue 44. This is when the Death of Clark Kent storyline. Yeah, that was pretty weird too. And now we have Superman issue. What issue is this? 100? Yeah. There's a. I'm not quite sure what the hell this is. This is the Death of Clark Kent storyline, which was pretty stupid, to be honest. Yeah, I think I just got it because Dan Jurgens was one of my favorite artists back then. But yeah, like after the Death of Superman, they decided to do this, the Death of Clark Kent, which no one really remembers this at all. I think the electric suit Superman is more memorable than this, even that was pretty bad, but yeah, nobody really talks about that. Superman in Action Comics. This is 693. Superman, the Man of Steel, issue number 30, with Lobo and Superman fighting each other. And then we got Superman Action Comics 695. Yeah. Then we got Adventures of Superman with Bloodsport on the cover. And this is Adventures of Superman 507. Little story arc here. Superman Action Comics 694. Superman the Man of Steel issue 29. We have a little story arc there. Then we got Superman issue 86. Adventures of Superman issue 509. I think this is another copy of Superman Action Comics 695, just a different cover. Then we have Superman Man of Steel issue 91. Superman the Man of Steel issue 31. Superman the Man of Steel issue 28. I think this is when he started getting the electric suit, which was stupid. Yeah, this is, I don't even know what issue this is. This is Superman, but I don't know what issue it is. That's issue 130. So this is late 90s. It's just so dumb. Then we got this, which is really cool. This is, I'm not sure what issue this is. Superman Forever, issue number 1. This is cool, because it changes. Just flies off. I'm not really big on Alex Ross, but I thought this was a cool cover. And Dan Jurgens does the artwork inside. But it's pretty cool though. Pretty neat. You can see it well. It's kind of hard. Lighting. And we got the Death of Superman 30th anniversary special, which this is more current. And then we got Superman 85. This is when Cat Grant got revenge. And this is just a random Superboy comic, issue number 16. But yeah, this is my Superman collection of all the comics I own, actually. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this really long video. I really wanted to make this video shorter, but I have quite a bit of collection here, and I tried my best. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy your day, and leave me a comment and let me know about your Superman collection, or if you liked 90s comics or whatever, you know, during that era of Superman. And yeah, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.